You're about to watch the sequel to Life is Strange, portrayed to you in a comic book. This was written as a way to continue the story of Max and Chloe. And while this is pseudo-standalone, I feel like I need to at least slightly inform you as to what happened in the Life is Strange video game. The story in this comic is incredible, so please consider sticking around and watching. But Life is Strange followed the story of Max Caulfield as she watched her friend Chloe die. She then discovered she had the ability to go back in time and alter the events so that things would change and she could try to save her friend. It was a great video game and I personally enjoyed it. At the end of the entire game, you were left with the choice of saving Chloe permanently but wiping out your entire town, or letting Chloe just die and letting time go back to normal. Max Caulfield basically broke time. And if you chose the ending of saving Chloe, like I did, they drove off into the sunset with all of their friends, family, everyone dead, and the entire town destroyed. If you ever wondered what was going to happen next, well, this comic follows that and the ramifications of playing with the timeline. If you did come in here because you just saw Life is Strange sequel, we do these kinds of things all the time. We take comic books, movies, and video games and we break down their lore and their stories and their what happened, and we give you an audio drama about it. So if you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing. But it's time for you to find out what happened after Life is Strange. 1 year after the events of Arcadia Bay, going with the ending where Max saved Chloe's life and sacrificed the small Oregon town. Both Max and Chloe decided that it was best to start somewhere new, and that place was Seattle. It was a place to begin their fresh start, make new friends, and try not to focus on their horrible past. At the local coffee shop, drummer for the up-and-coming band The High Seas, Pixie sifts through all the photos on the table shouting, "Oh my god, these look so freaking awesome, Max." Lead singer Tammy laughs, stating that they don't need pictures to tell them that, and Max says that it's cool. They are cool with or without her photos, but thanks for letting her take them. Tammy yells, "No way. You're doing the band a favor. Just look at these. It's like you have some kind of magic power." Max nervously laughs, telling them, "It's not like that." And then Tammy asks, "Where is Chloe anyway?" The guitarist Dwight points to the TV, stating, "Hopefully not watching this." Everyone turns to watch as the news reports that this week marks the 1-year anniversary since the storm that hit Arcadia Bay, the storm that wiped it out. The Prescott family, still mourning over the loss of their son Nathan, is planning on holding a memorial service for the townspeople to give them a chance to say their goodbyes. The family and their foundation has donated substantial funding to the relief effort and the rebuilding of Arcadia Bay. Tammy asks Max, "Isn't that the storm that she and Chloe escaped?" Before Max could really think of a response, Chloe walks in, grabbing the remote, stating, "Okay, that's enough of real life for today." As Chloe gets closer, Max notices that Chloe has a purple streak in her hair, one that she's never seen before. As the bandmates go on talking about their next show, Chloe whispers to Max, asking for a bathroom break, and Max tells her, "Yeah." A few moments later, Chloe looks around, stating you'd think that she wouldn't find solace in a bathroom again after what happened. If you hadn't played the game, the entire incident started with Chloe dying in a bathroom. That's when Max discovered that she could rewind time, or manipulate it. Maybe she feels fine in here because Max saved her in one. Chloe says, "Yeah, from a lunatic who apparently died tragically in a storm." It's such a load of crap. They're just using the storm to clean out their stinking mess, just to brush over the fact that they have an association with that piece of crap Jefferson. Max stops her, yelling, "Can you not right now? They're all gone. However they went, storm or not, they're gone. Everything that happened is gone." And Chloe scoffs, telling her, "Sure, they're all gone." After a few moments of silence, Chloe pulls out a letter asking if she got the invitation as well. And Max says yes. As Max opens up her wallet, Chloe sees a picture of Max from before, and she grabs it, stating, "You remember this girl? What happened? She looks so happy." Max tries to reach for the picture, stating that she was happy because that was the day that she finished her Blackwell scholarship. She was happy because she was coming back to Arcadia to see her. Thinking back, she never really got a chance to state how much she missed her. But before they could go into detail, Tammy opens the door, stating that they have a rehearsal soon. "Don't forget, tomorrow night's show is pirate themed." Chloe yells, "Aye aye," and says, "Arr, we be leaving the storm behind, Captain." But as she leaves, Max quietly says, "Yeah, aye aye." The next night, Max and Chloe get ready to go to the coffee shop when Chloe stops, stating that this is going to sound weird, but they have a choice. They can enter that party or just run away. She begins to walk off, stating that they should just go. They don't know anyone here. Max reaches for Chloe, telling her, "Wait, something's wrong. You're close." As soon as Max blinks, Chloe is behind her, stating, "I'm sorry. Can you come back? We can talk about this later. We'll just go in and just..." Max! As Max asks what, her nose begins to bleed. And Chloe shouts, "Have you been jumping? You promised you wouldn't jump through time again. It nearly killed you the last time." Max says that she's fine, but she was walking away, so she tried to follow. And Chloe tells her, now you're the one walking away. They both pause and simply say, crap. Just then Tammy comes out yelling, hurry up and get inside. The two decide to figure out what is going on later and enjoy themselves as the show begins. Chloe grabs a drink while Max gets ready to take some pictures, and as she looks back at Chloe, she's gone. Max begins to ask everyone where Chloe went, and everyone tells her that there wasn't a girl here named Chloe. Max's nose begins to bleed again, another sign that something is going wrong with the time stream. And she runs up to Tammy asking, where is Chloe? Tammy asks, Chloe, your friend from Arcadia Bay? Max blinks again, and Chloe catches her asking if she's okay, what's wrong? Max jumps up hugging her, and Chloe says that's it, she's making a decision. They don't know what's going on, but they know where this started. They're going back to Arcadia Bay. The two drive through the night back to the Oregon town, and as they enter, they hold hands, taking it all in. They walk through the destroyed rubble, with Max falling to her knees as she sees the Two Whales Diner, stating that she doesn't know what she's feeling right now, she can't take this. The Two Whales Diner is where the two of them would meet up and where Chloe's mom worked. Chloe kneels down, telling Max that they don't know for sure that it was them that caused the storm. They just think that by letting Chloe survive, it caused it. They know that some crazy stuff happened, and they know that they won't let that crazy stuff happen again. Max begins to speak, but she trails off, getting up and sees the diner in front of her is now completely intact. She sees Dana walking down the street, and she calls out to Max and Chloe, stating that it's so good to see them. They need to catch up sometime. Chloe runs in after Max, stating that they can't be here, it's too dangerous. The second she touches Max's hand, she sees what Max sees. Dana then says that it's good to see them, but she needs to run. And Chloe, don't forget to say hi to your mom. Catch you guys later. Just then, a voice in the back calls out, asking if it's her daughter, Chloe. Young lady, get over here and give me a hug. Chloe turns back, calling to her mother. And as she lets go of Max, things change back. It's now destroyed again. Her mother's not back. Max grabs Chloe, asking if she saw it too. And when Chloe looks back, she sees Max's nose is bleeding again. And she asks, are you sure that you have not jumped? Max wipes her face, telling her that she's sure. It's just, this has been happening a lot. Chloe rushes back out of the building, and as Max follows, she asks if everything's okay. And Chloe snaps back, stating, it's not always about you. Just my mom. I heard her voice. But she wasn't real, was she? Because she's... Chloe then says that she has no clue what's going on, but they need to go home. Max asks back to Seattle, and Chloe tells her no. So a short while later, the two step into Chloe's old house, with Max asking if she's sure about this. Chloe tells her, yeah. Maybe this could be a chance for her to say goodbye to her mom, just like she helped her find Rachel. Max grabs her head and says, it's happening again. As Max blinks, she sees the house as it was before. Chloe's mother sitting there on the table. Chloe's mother looks up, wiping her face, telling Max that she didn't hear her come in. On the table, Chloe's mother looks through the news article of when Nathan shot Chloe, and Max steps back, stating no. Chloe asks what's going on. She can't see anything. And Max points at Chloe, asking, do you see her? And Chloe's mother says that she sees Chloe everywhere. So Max asks, what about right now? Do you see her right now, right here? And Chloe's mother gets up, stating, that's enough. I don't believe in ghosts, but if Chloe was one, this would be the last place that she would come to. Max then asks, what about the storm? In the past year, there was a big storm, right? And Chloe's mother then asks, what on earth are you talking about? There was no storm, but David will be here shortly. The anniversary is about to start. Chloe sits down, stating that she can't see. Tell her mother that she loves her. So Max hugs Chloe's mother, telling her Chloe loved her so much. She always just wanted for her to be happy. The image fades, and Max tells Chloe that her mother's gone. Chloe quietly tells her thank you. But as Max's nose begins to bleed, she falls to the ground, stating that it didn't fix anything. After some time passes, Chloe gets a text from Pixie, and the others stating that they miss them and they look forward to them coming home soon. Chloe messages them back, stating, missing you too. Back before you know it. She then looks around her room, stating, back home, huh? A short time later, Max begins to wake up asking where are they, and Chloe tells her, well, hell, really? Feeling okay? No ghosts? Max tells her that she thinks so, and no ghosts. It's just, she wishes they both could have seen her mother. Chloe gets up, telling her no. Her parents didn't choose to leave her, but it's starting to sink in now that they are really gone. Maybe she needed that goodbye. Just then, the fluttering of a bird can be heard, and Chloe asks, of all places you could be, here? She opens the window to let the bird in, and as Max stares, Chloe asks if she's seeing a vision or something, and Max tells her no, just a memory. Chloe sighs, telling her, yeah, there's a lot of that here, good ones, bad ones. She can remember being angry at everyone when she lost Rachel. Rachel was her best friend in the prequel game, Life is Strange Before the Storm. And during the main game, Life is Strange, they discovered that Rachel had been murdered. But now with everyone gone, she can't make herself feel angry at all. Rachel's not the only one anymore. So Max grabs Chloe, telling her it's fine, but it's all her fault. The storm. She just wanted to believe that it wasn't her, but her mother said. Chloe tells her that she heard her mother. She couldn't have known. There's no right or wrong choice. She's sorry if things have been made harder for her. Once the two get ready, they head out to where the memorial is being held. The memorial for Arcadia Bay. And Max says that it's too weird. There's a memorial plaque too. She can't handle looking at it. It's just then a voice calls out to Max, asking if it's her. This place was supposed to be deserted until tomorrow. Max spins back seeing Warren and tells him that he's here. And Warren tells her, of course he is. So this is how they say goodbye. It's like he can just look in the windows and see everyone there. It's hard to believe they're all gone, even a year later. Max says, wait, the diner, the explosion. And Warren asks, what explosion? There was no explosion. We stopped it. It's the reason why I'm here. And Chloe walks back, stating that it looks like they're going to put the plaque on something that they have hidden under that sheet. So Max looks at Warren, asking Chloe, is Warren's name on that as well? And Chloe tells her that she knows it's on there. Why ask? Chloe quickly grabs Max's hand, asking, wait, are you seeing Warren right now? We can talk to him together. And then Warren asks Max on the alternate timeline, is she jumping? She promised she wouldn't do that anymore. And Max says, no. Can't you see Chloe? Chloe grabs her head, exclaiming that it's starting to hurt. And Max then shouts, telling Warren that she's sorry. But you died, and it's all my fault. Everything begins to turn to white, and as it fades, Max sees Chloe now is bleeding from her nose. And she says, crap, is that what it feels like? Wait, that means that you're still seeing visions. How do we fix this? Max tells her it's fine. And as she opens her eyes again, everything changes, and she asks, is that? And Chloe says, yeah, that's her. Just then, Rachel runs up, calling out to the both of them, and Max says, you're Rachel. And Rachel tells her, yeah, me, Rachel, you, Max, this Chloe. But more importantly, have you guys seen the newspaper? Remember that hot photography teacher that got fired? Well, he got arrested for sleeping with one of his students. Rachel then sees Chloe holding Max's hand and asks, is this going to be... But as Max goes to answer, Rachel tells them, I'm joking, it's adorable. But really, I've got to tell everyone about this, so I'll see you all later. Chloe reaches out to Rachel, and then everything goes back to normal, with Max stating that that one really did a number on her. Chloe tells her, yeah, well, Max meet Rachel, Rachel meet Max. Max wipes Chloe's face, stating that she's glad to have met her. And Chloe tells her, right, but how could you have a vision of someone that you've never met before? But that was Rachel. It'll be okay. I just need a minute to process all of this. As Chloe gets up to leave, Max lays down on the fountain, stating that she'll be here. She'll always be here. As Max opens up her eyes again, she feels someone touching her, stating that she must have been exhausted. Max asks Chloe, and the voice says, oh, it's you again. Thought that would be a one-off. Max sits up yelling, Warren! And Warren says, yeah, but Chloe isn't there. Or at least not my here. Guess this isn't your here. Max asks him, what are you talking about? And Warren says, crap, you may not have worked it out yet. But if I tell you, then maybe? Max grabs Warren, shouting, I am tired of this. I'm so confused and nothing makes sense. I'm seeing visions and images of things that haven't happened. If there's anything you can tell me as to what is going on, please do so. So Warren gets up and he says, whoa, we can't maintain contact. We learned that during your last flicker. Max asks, what's that? So Warren tells her that it's what his Max decided to call them. They've been happening a lot recently, mostly small, but now they seem to be crossing over. It was her who figured it out. And Max tells herself, like string theories or parallel worlds. Warren tells him, right, you're kind of like Dr. Sam Beckett from Quantum Leap, if you jumped realities as well as time. But being caught in the crossfire hurts like hell. Max asks who's Sam Beckett, and Warren tells her, Quantum Leap, the TV show. He was trapped in this thing and kept jumping from one life to another. So Max then asks what happened at the end of that show. And Warren says, well, you know, he jumped home. So Max closes her eyes. And she begins to see things, the different realities that she's been jumping between. She's not seeing visions, she's actually existing in these realities. So she asks herself, can she just jump home? Which reality is her home? An image of her and Chloe hugging floats by, and Max smiles, stating that they look so happy together. So she reaches out for it, but then she sees that same image of Chloe, except now it's Rachel hugging Chloe. She then says that she never actually asked Chloe what she actually wanted. As Max reaches for the image, she opens her side and she finds herself in the back of Chloe's truck. And Chloe asks, are you awake now? She says yes, and Chloe goes on stating that she's getting really worried. Maybe coming here was a bad idea. And Max then asks, do you think that there's a possibility for multiple universes, a multiverse out there? And Chloe tells her, well, given the past few years, anything is possible. So you do believe in them because I've seen them. As many Max and Chloes as there are stars. Out there somewhere, there's a Max Caulfield who didn't save Chloe's life and feels empty. Somewhere else out there's a Max Caulfield who never came back to Arcadia Bay and regrets it. Another one who never left. Chloe, do you love Rachel more than just a friend? And Chloe is stunned. Where did that come from? I never said. But as Chloe tries to think of something to say, Chloe grabs Max's hand and the two begin to feel pain. She gets up stating that it hurts. She can't stop it, it's just happening. And the two look towards the lighthouse as an image of a gravestone appears. Chloe reads it and she shouts to Max to make it stop. And Max reads the name in the marker. In loving memory of Max Caulfield, 1998 to 2008. As the gravestone fades, Max's body begins to phase away. Chloe grabs her, screaming, "Don't ever do that again!" And she tells her that she's sorry, it's just the flickers, they're getting stronger. She doesn't want to leave, but she doesn't know how to stop them. It's hard to explain, but it's like reality is pushing her out. It's like every Max that has ever crossed over is confused within her. Like all the jumping around has displaced them. Maybe there's a Max who's meant to be right here, and she wants her universe back. Chloe then asks, what is that even supposed to mean? And Max asks if she can just give her a moment. Chloe kisses her on the forehead and tells her sure, she'll be in the truck. As she leaves, Max waits for a moment, and then her nose begins to bleed. She gets up, heading back to the truck, and she tells Chloe that before they go to bed, there's something that she wants to do. A short while later, at the memorial statue, Chloe says that she's pretty sure they'll be seeing whatever it is under that sheet tomorrow. And Max says sure, but where's the fun in that? They begin to lift the sheet off, and Chloe tells her, thank you. Thank you for saving me, not just literally, but there's no way I could have coped alone. I'm stronger because of you, and I'm strong enough to let you go if I have to. Max asks, what? And Chloe tells her, I'm not an idiot. I know what we're doing. One last hurrah, huh? Before the timelines reset or whatever's going on? Max, you saved my life, but I can't sit here and watch you suffer. So stop fighting it. I love you too much to see you hurting. These pens, that's the idea, right? That whatever happens, you've left your mark? Max yells that she doesn't know which Max is supposed to be here. She's not sure if any Max is supposed to be in this timeline. She spent a year trying to come to terms with what they've done, how they feel, only for the timelines to turn on them. She takes out the photo of her from before all of it, stating she can use it as a focus. She isn't going to let fate choose which life she gets to live. Chloe asks, will we remember? Will we know when it happens? Max tells her that she wishes she knew. And Chloe tells Max to remember this, at least. She grabs her and she kisses her. The next day, as the memorial services begin, Chloe asks, which door are you planning to choose? And Max says that she's not sure, but she should know when she sees it. The pulling is getting stronger, so she lays her head on Chloe's shoulder, stating that she wishes they could stay like this forever. And Chloe tells her out there somewhere, they do, but she's not going to waste it. Their sacrifices, none of it's going to be wasted. Where she is, she will be found. So Chloe begins to cry as Max fades away, and she begins to wipe her face because she's not sure why she was crying. It just feels like something's missing, something that she'll never know. She takes out her phone and reads the text from Tammy stating that they're here if she needs them. And she stares at the picture of everyone and smiles. But back in the time stream, Max begins to look at all of the realities, trying to find the one where she belongs. She looks at one and she begins to cry, reaching out for it, and everything fades to white. But as she opens her eyes, she feels the wind on her face. There's no more pulling, no more council of Maxes. She looks up, and across the beach, Chloe and Rachel are playing. And Chloe runs over yelling, holy crap! Max Caulfield? Now, I hope you enjoyed that. I personally did, and I thought it was a great conclusion to everything, but it was a little weird, and it did leave you on a cliffhanger. Max Caulfield is now in a universe with Chloe and Rachel together, and they have not really ever met Max. Chloe knows her, but she hasn't seen her in a long time, and we don't know what's going on in this new timeline. So, little story for you. This was supposed to be a 4-issue storyline brought to you by Titan Comics, and they were just going to wrap up the Life is Strange storyline. But issues 1 and 2 sold so well, they altered the ending to make it an ongoing series. So I don't know when it's coming back, but apparently this ending is going to be explained further in an ongoing Life is Strange comic book. So if you like this, please consider subscribing to the channel, because when that comic book comes out, I will begin to cover it. And if you don't even subscribe, well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. And if you do like video games and you do like storylines like Life is Strange, consider joining me over at twitch.tv/eligiblemonster. It's where I play various video games on most evenings or some mornings. And we also do a lot of our podcasting there and various things like that. Either way, thank you guys for your time today, and I'll leave you be with the thoughts of changing the timeline are bad. Really bad.